Is this the dagger? Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for Ayton. Throws up the floater.
As a fan of the game of basketball, at this point I honestly believe that a Golden State Warriors vs Milwaukee Bucks NBA Finals matchup would potentially be the best NBA Finals series we can get. Now personally I'm a Lakers fan, so that's putting my own bias aside, and with that being said, don't get me wrong, as much as I would still enjoy series like Lakers Bucks, Lakers Nets, Warriors Nets, or even the Suns versus to an extent, I just genuinely believe that the Warriors versus the Bucks would offer us the best brand of basketball on the highest stage. Let's start with the impact that the Warriors versus the Bucks series would have on legacy. Because in my opinion, a lot of what builds the excitement around NBA Finals is the impact that said finals will have on someone's legacy. For an example, if you look back to last season, what was all the talk going into the NBA Finals? What would a ring do for Chris Paul and his legacy? Versus, what would a ring do this early in Giannis' career for his legacy, and what would it do potentially for him going forward? Well, now it would be Steph Curry versus, once again, Giannis. For Steph, it would be an opportunity at his 4th ring, which would be huge. But I think just as, if not more importantly, it would once again give him the chance to pursue that NBA Finals MVP that has continuously eluded him. That alone would keep the series interesting from start to finish. Now factor that in with the fact that a lot of people are starting to talk about where Steph Curry could potentially end up all time. Obviously his career isn't over yet, but some people are saying another ring would put him in their top 10. And whether you like it or not, a lot of people are starting to say that another ring and Finals MVP would spice up the conversation between him and Magic Johnson for who's the greatest point guard of all time. For Giannis, adding a 2nd ring and potentially NBA Finals MVP to his resume this early in his career would obviously be huge as well. I mean, if you look at his resume now at 27 years old, it's absolutely ridiculous. And of course, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but assuming a lot of good luck and health, with the 2nd ring at 27, Giannis could potentially be setting himself up to end up in that conversation down the line in his career. And you know what conversation I'm talking about. So, the legacies are there. Now let's get to the teams. The Warriors at this point in the season are still the best team in basketball. And as we all know, eventually they'll get Klay Thompson back. They're the best defensive ranked team in the NBA and they're top 5 offensively. Now I mentioned earlier in the video that I think this series would offer us the best pure brand of basketball, and let me explain more what I mean by that. Today's NBA is largely focused around pick and rolls, isolations with a few sets sprinkled in here and there. But for the most part, it's getting the ball in the hands of your best player and allowing him to make plays, which is completely fine and effective. However, we know that's not exactly the Warriors' MO. Their offense more focuses around ball movement, getting everybody involved and sharing the basketball, which in my opinion is very refreshing to watch. Now for the Bucks, the reigning NBA champions are still arguably one of the deepest teams in the league when healthy. I don't know the exact number, but I'm pretty sure when Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday have all been healthy this season, there's something ridiculous like 11, 12, and 1, at least at this point. Now yes, the Bucks are a little more Giannis-centric, but even they occasionally run their offense to their co-stars Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, the Warriors have been the best defensive team in the league this season, led by Draymond Green, who at this point has been the best defensive player in the league. So I'd be interested to see how they take on Giannis and the Bucks. On the other end, in my opinion, the Bucks are still one of the most versatile defensive teams in the league as well. They can guard at pretty much every single position. So I think watching them try to defend that Warriors attack would be just as interesting. Either way, I would love this series. Let me know what you guys would want to see. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, check us out. Thank you.